Hello and welcome to the second video, 1.2. This is one of 3 videos in the introductory section because there is a ton of information. So in the first, 1.1, we looked at course home, and now in the second is content. When we click on content, we get this response. Here we get a look at the entire course in terms of content. So the table of contents, then there's an introduction, a course score report, then each of the units is provided, writing 1, and then there are supports. So these are supplemental materials and handouts. So if we look at writing 1, we can see that the structure of the unit is that you get instructions, you get a tutorial, you get the assignment, and then you put your assignment in the Dropbox. So that's W1. This same general structure is applied to each of the assignments. So W2, we're writing 2. There's the assignment, there's the introduction, there's a Dropbox. Same with W3, which is writing 3. So that's the basic structure of the unit. And then if we look at the supports, underneath the supports, there are a number of materials that you may elect to use. They're not required, but this shows you how to write a thesis, and you might use a concept map to organize yourself. Here is a review of essay structure, and finally there's a traditional outline for you. So these are all supports to help you with the writing 1. If you need other materials or have other questions, email me and let me know. I'll respond to you as soon as I can. So if we look at W1 or writing 1 as a model for the structure of the course, that applies in each of the other units. So short story, and then short story supports. Poetry, poetry supports. Novel, novel supports. And drama is coming. Then in addition, there are a couple other files that are of import to you. The first one is the resource file. So there are other different tutorials in there that would help you, like how to outline, how to quote, how to state a theme. So those are in there to support you, and also grammar. And there will be grammar issues. So we just do a quick tutorial and that will solve those typically. Some of the main ones that occur are fragments. So here there's a lesson on fragments, a tutorial on fragments, and then an answer key. So the answer keys are there for you. Here's a pronoun tutorial, here's an answer key, run-ons, answer key. So you can check your work in order to check your understanding. So that's basically an overview of the table of contents and therefore the contents of the course. But certain things are super interesting to you, and one of them is this, the course score report. So if you look at the course score report, you click on it, you may do one of two things. You may either click on the little triangle here and download it, or read it online. For many of the documents and assignments, you'll want to download them so you can type on them, and I've made them in doc files for you so that you can do that. They're not PDFs where you can't write on them. So what's the most important and interesting to you here? I'm imagining, first of all, what do I need for the course? You really don't need anything other than the course. All materials may be found online. All of the short stories are provided. The novel, which is the only big piece at this time, is available through Vancouver Island University. So I'll show you in a tutorial how to get onto the site, how to get into the books, and you can read it online. However, if you would rather have a paper copy, maybe it's in your local library, or you can certainly order one if you would like. However, nonetheless, it is available online, so in that essence, you don't have to buy anything. Now then, this is really the seat of the course. So overall units and structure and weighting. So the writing unit has 3 assignments and a test, and it's worth 10% of your mark. It is a review to get you ready for the rest of the course. The short story unit then is heavily weighted because you're reading and interpreting literature and at the same time writing. And that's the truth for poetry and the novel unit as well. I've added on a couple easy questions onto the blog, so if you just respond to that, I wanted to expose you to that. And finally, the final exam, which is heavily weighted. The final exam will be supervised, And typically what happens is you get better as you go through the course, so that when you write the final, it often gives you an opportunity to raise your mark. So it's actually a good thing. Then also on this course outline handout are the discussion of the course objectives. So what are you trying to learn in the writing? You're reviewing grammar, sentence structure, essay, outlining. Those are the objectives, and so on. And I just want to press this just to highlight this to you. So here is the title. You press that. It says download. And then it gives you this. Then you open that. It opens in a doc file. And then once you're in that doc file, you can change anything you want. And you can save it as something else. So you can always go through and do that. There's very few handouts that are PDFs. I've made them mostly documents. And as you can see, that's quite a bit easier than just starting all over. Okay, so then we're back. And I just want to go back for a second here. So here we are, and what we've looked at is the content, and under the content menu is the table of contents. So once we've been here, these are the basic different units that are there. All the assignments, all the materials are right there under course content. So I'm going to close this tutorial. This is 1.2, and then I'm going to open up 1.3 and discuss these other two menu bars. That's it for 1.2. Thank you, and goodbye.